Hey guys, how's it going? It is Chad and Pastor here. You've seen my new do. Some of you for the first time. That's my exciting July do. We thought this year would be kind of simpler and a little more efficient just to do a video for everybody on YouTube, kind of overviewing and explaining the letter you've gotten and just kind of making sure everybody's on the same page when it comes to our CLHS Partnership Grant. Pastor.
Yeah, I want to make sure of two things. Number one, that you recognize that in doing this, in no way are we trying to take money away from students or that we have some sort of a bad feeling about investing in our students and in their families. Not at all. In fact, it's a great joy to be able to do that. At the same time, I do want you to recognize that this congregation makes an investment of $1,440 per year per student. That isn't funny money. That's actual cash that is walked from Holy Cross across North Anthony to Concordia Lutheran High School. And again, underline and stress, we do this gladly and joyfully. We also do it expecting that as we invest in your family, in your student, and you as a student, we're looking for a partnership, that there's a mutual investment, not to build up Holy Cross Inc., but because we recognize, and the Bible talks about this all the time, you learn by doing. You grow in understanding by not only learning about God, but acting in a manner that follows our Lord Jesus Christ. So, Chad?
So we've kind of outlined, and you'll see, and of course in the letter and in the application form, three main areas. We're trying to keep it very simple, very clear, and for most of you guys, this isn't more than you're already doing in most cases, and we understand a lot of you are very involved and have done a lot of great things over the years, and we're very appreciative. This is just trying to outline so everybody's on the same page. The first thing, of course, just church attendance, which has been throughout for many years. You want to explain that one at all?
Sure. What we're looking for, and I hate to put numbers on things. It's sort of like, what is faithful? Well, that my car starts 75% of the time or whatever. But if forced to put a number on it, we would say this. We would say we want you in church at least 50% of the time. That's a regular weekend service. That's not our special services midweek. Holiday services, but regular Saturday, Sunday, Monday, after Saturday, Sunday, Monday, at least 50% of the time between September 1 and May 31st. Along with that, we're looking that you faithfully receive the Lord's Supper, and that you also faithfully invest yourself in the ministry of Holy Cross. We'll say more about that in a moment. But the classic thing is that is ways you invest yourself. It's your time. It's the talent the Lord has given you, and it's returning a portion of the treasure of the finances that He's given you as well. But we're not putting a measurement mark on that, but just be faithful.
And assumed in that is that we would stay awake during church.
That's optional.
Just kidding. The other thing, and this was kind of new last year, so it took a little learning, and totally understand that. But this year, we're offering what we're calling a Family Faith Stepping Stone event. One event per year. They're 3 hours event from 3 to 6 p.m. on Sundays. We include dinner. We'll provide that for you. Make it very easy. The schedule is there in your mailing, has all the different dates. There's one for 9th grade, one for 10th grade, one for 11th grade, one for 12th grade. And we really want you to go to the one that your student is actually currently in, because they are sequential and they're meant to be that grade level. And if you don't, the next year you'll kind of be off a little bit. So all you can do to get there, we understand some emergencies come up, or you might already know of something, let us know right away. But please try to get there. And then the follow-up to those is a blessing event we do in the church service the next Saturday night, where we kind of celebrate the commitments and just kind of what we learned in the church service.
Yeah, by the way, I want to emphasize that last year I think we set events, but we didn't have them calendarized. You have the event, you have when it is on the calendar. These are pretty important. We feel these are part of the growth of you as an individual, you students, for parents, the growth of you as a family. And I'm pretty firm on these, that you've got the date now. And it seems to me you could move something or get excuse for something if you have something else scheduled at that time. But we're giving it to you right now. Obviously, if someone would pass away or there'd be some catastrophic event that would happen, you would have to miss it. But I'm just not going to let Chad do what he did last year. He kind of chased folks around, and he would offer these events 3 or 4 times. And that was on his time and on his family's time. You've got the date. Mark it down. Be committed to being there. This is part of what it means to have this covenant partnership. And do it not because we're requiring it, but do it. Well, I love the letter you got last year, Chad. You got that email from someone who said, man, at first I thought, oh, why do I have to go through this? But they came, it was a parent, I think, and they said, this is pretty good stuff. I enjoyed this, my student enjoyed it, and it was helpful to us.
We really try to be selective and make it the best use of your time for those 3 hours.
Absolutely. Be there.
And the final thing then is the community service at Holy Cross, which we talked about last year. We're going to kind of just formalize a little bit. We're asking for 4 hours per semester per student. The good news is it can also count for your required service hours for the high school, which they require depending on the religion teacher.
The old double
5
dip,
to 10.
right?
It's a double dip.
Good. That's
But
good.
we really want you to be involved in a Holy Cross ministry somewhere around so that honestly people can see you guys involved. We want people to say this is a church that cares about youth, that gets youth involved.
You bet.
So worship, being around worship, support, acolyting, ushering, altar guild, all the various things, nursery, helping with the children's ministry, all those things, there's a list there. But we'd love to see you guys involved, putting your stamp on things, and we really hope this becomes actually kind of a joy thing. It's about an hour a month there if you do it out. If you've done something in the summer, that will count for your fall, for like if you did the VBS this summer. But we just want you to be involved. We want to see you around, and we want the congregation to say, wow, this is cool, and other people as well.
Again, as we said earlier, you grow when you do. And these are not meant to be heavy-duty things. Some of them can actually be done within the time that you're in worship, such as ushering, such as helping in the nursery, such as choirs, whatever it might be. Others of them will be outside the worship hour, but they'll be great things. I see, for example, meals, a ministry of providing meals. When someone's gone through something tough in their life, and you reach out and just in love say, here's something to just make your burden a little lighter. I got to tell you, to experience that, you'll get more out of that than you put into it.
Oh, definitely.
Growing by doing.
Yeah, absolutely. And part of that, just so it's real clear, and you got that, but it's just like your Concordia form where you have a service form that you'll fill out. Those are turned in the fall on November 15th and then in the spring by May 31st. Just turn them in with your completed hours just like you do the other stuff that you guys all scramble around and have me sign at the end of your semesters. And just to note who did what, where, and we can that way know who's involved and how they're involved. So.
And I noticed in here signature of ministry leader, and quite frankly, it's the head usher if you usher.
Exactly.
It's
whoever's around.
Who's around, who is involved. It could be one of the pastors, but on that particular day, don't come back to us 2 weeks later and say you did such and such at such and such a time. Okay, Chad. So I guess what we are looking for is this. There is the Holy Cross CLHS Partnership Grant application. That needs to be, the bottom half of that needs to be completed, checked, signed, and to the office by August the 15th.
Yep.
And by signing it, what you are saying is that you agreed to the terms of the partnership covenant, that you have you agreed to the content of this video, and you don't have, other than the Chad's new haircut, I don't know if I'd agree that necessarily is an improvement, but other than that, you're agreeing to, so please, again, like anything, I do this with my own kids. I say, hey, here it is. Just get it done. Get it off your table, get it from your inbox to your outbox, and move on with life. We don't want this to be a big deal for either you or for us. Let's do it, get her done, and let's have a great fall.
Absolutely. We look forward to seeing you around.